So let's break down the actual formula for pricing bridal makeup step by step so you can calculate your rate with clarity.
I had
your business education. You have a makeup.
Hi there, I'm Awele, a makeup artist turned business strategist and beauty educator. So I started off as a makeup artist 10 years ago, and now I'm the founder of the Beautypreneur Hub community, where we help beauty entrepreneurs to level up their businesses through tech tools, community, as well as tips and tricks on how to strategically grow their beauty business. I also offer business consultations, which I've put on a pause for now because it was a bit overwhelming, but now I share a lot of tips through my videos on YouTube. So if you're a beauty entrepreneur or you're a makeup artist, hairstylist, subscribe to this channel because it's going to be so helpful to you. Today we're talking about pricing, so let's get into the video. If your pricing is shaky, if you cannot explain why your price or rates are a specific amount to the people who ask these questions, then this video is going to fix that. Besides my own personal tips that I will share with you, I'm also going to be bringing on some artists from different parts of the world who are in the Beautypreneur Hub community to share some of their own tips with you. So stay tuned until the end of the video. We've got artists from Dublin, from the US, from Nigeria, from Zimbabwe, from Dubai as well. Artists from different parts of the world will be sharing to you why they charge what they charge, their pricing structure, and how you can price your own beauty business for success. So stay until the end of this video. First things first, let's say something that I always share and I always tell to clients. Bridal makeup is not a regular makeup service. Bridal makeup is an extremely luxury service. Booking a makeup artist for bridal makeup, you have to do your due diligence and make sure that this makeup artist you're booking is not just a makeup artist. They are a bridal makeup artist. So many people would wonder, why do I pay $120 for studio makeup and then I have to pay $500 for a bridal makeup service? They are not the same thing. If you want a studio makeup service, then walk into a studio on your wedding day and get your makeup done. It's that simple. You don't have to pull someone on a peak day, usually on a weekend when weddings occur, except your wedding is on a Monday, but you don't have to pull someone out of their studio, their office, where they're expecting clients to walk in, and you drag them away and still expect them to charge you the same amount they would charge you whilst in their studio. So you need to understand the difference, that bridal makeup does not in any way equal studio makeup service. And this is a pro tip for makeup artists who are just coming up. If you know that you're not a bridal makeup artist, but you're very good with creating beautiful glams that could work for brides, then you can offer a studio walk-in service for brides, because just the makeup is a tip of what a bridal makeup service entails. It's a full service. So we're going to discuss that now. Here's the truth. Bridal makeup isn't just the looks. It's logistics, early call times, managing admin, the prep before the makeup. It includes the products that you use, and most especially, it's a once in a lifetime makeup service if you do it right. Because technically weddings should be once in a lifetime, right? Most artists undercharge because they don't know how to explain their value, and that's where pricing exposes the holes in your business structure. If you can't explain why you price a certain amount and you can't explain the value that you bring to the table, you're always going to attract clients that question your price. And look, not every makeup artist is a bridal specialist, and that's completely fine. Knowing your lane and knowing how to separate your services is what sets you apart in an industry. We don't all have to be bridal makeup artists. So now I've got my phone here with notes, and I'm going to share what these makeup artists have said about pricing, and I'm going to share their Instagram page so you could check out their work, and you could also see that they offer quality service and why they charge what they charge. So we're going to go to the first makeup artist, who is Adaobi, and Adaobi Artistry is based in the UK, and Adaobi said that pricing is based on skill, experience, time, and demand. Here's a summary of what she said. You could pause the video and read in detail exactly what she says. But she says that pricing is based on skill, experience, time, and demand. You're not just charging for the makeup, you're charging for the years it took you to master it. Bridal clients need more than makeup. They need calm energy, reassurance, and someone who can keep the day flowing. Adobe's brand gives that kind of Harrods vibes, luxury, intentional, and that reflects in her pricing. Tracking her time and costs helped her to charge more confidently. Then we have the other artist, GlamByLJ. She's based in Nigeria, and GlamByLJ says that pricing is delicate, but you must never price from fear. Basically, she's asking you to consider your products, your training, and your results. If you know your service is high quality, then charge accordingly. That's from GlamByLJ. And FlairByWinne. FlairByWinne is in Dubai. FlairByWinne charges per hour for all her glam looks, no matter the type. Time is her most valuable asset. You can pause the video to read exactly what FlairByWinne says, but she says that she adds product cost, expertise, and experience, and she always asks herself, would I pay this for my own work? Which is very important. That's a very important question. And that self-audit keeps her improving. And there's something that FlairByWinne also shared during my Instagram live with her when we invited her to Beautypreneur Hub. She said that she doesn't offer discounts to her first-time clients. And that kind of hit me because it's very important. She says if you offer discounts to first-time clients, you train them to always expect a discount. Discounts should be rewards to loyal clients. And this is one of the things that the features that we have on that we're bringing into the Beautypreneur Hub. This tool is going to help. It's basically your beauty assistant that would help you to understand how to manage your loyal clients and offer them discounts based on how loyal they have been. It will also increase the clients to return. And then we have Evelina. She's in Dublin, and Evelina said a 2-hour bridal booking is usually half your day when you include prep, travel, setup, waiting, and pack down time. Time-based pricing makes sense, and clients actually respect it. Years of practice and trust are part of what they're paying for. I've also got some makeup artists who sent in videos and voice notes, and we're going to listen to them and play their videos as well.
Hi, Awele. Is that how you pronounce your name? It's such a beautiful name. I thought I'd just voice note you and then just blurt out all my thoughts. I don't know if this is going to be cohesive in any sense, but a couple of things kind of sprung to mind when you messaged about pricing. I've not been a full-time makeup artist for that long. I specialize in bridal. However, I think I've always been very particular about the kind of brand I want to have and the kind of clientele that I want to attract. And so I think there's like almost an internal battle you have to have with yourself about where you want to price things at, knowing that you might lose out on a certain amount of customers because you're not for everyone, right? I think there's a difference between someone that works, studio hours, 2 days on the weekend and takes 10 to 12 clients per those days and just wants to be fully booked out. For me, I'm slightly different, in a different boat where I, want to take on the amount of brides that I feel like I can give my full care and attention to. And because I want to give 110% to every single booking, I don't want to be fully booked out. But that also means that has to be reflected in my pricing. So booking with me is considered an investment. It's an experience. It's not just booking to get your makeup done. And so with that, I've had to lose out on a lot of bookings, and I've had to deal with people saying like, you charge too much or you're not going to get any business with that. But I think whatever you decide to price yourself or you decide to charge, I think the main thing is, for me, I've learned like having confidence in that, not second guessing yourself, but also making sure that your business and marketing strategy reflects the pricing that you want to have. And I really think that that's such a bottom line. Like, pricing is such an overlooked thing. I feel like makeup artists undercharge so much when we price our services because we don't really consider all of the hidden costs that go into doing someone's makeup. There's so much to it. And I think there's also a stigma from other people that makeup shouldn't cost too much. But I think it's about the service provider, and I think it's about the experience, and I think that should all go into how people price their services. So I hope that helps. That's just kind of my 2 cents. And yeah, I'm excited to see.
As I turned my makeup, my passion, into a business, a proper business, we drew out a plan, a strategy. We decided to do prices for different glam. So I started to base my pricing on my craft and my experience. The better I got at my job, the more I increased my price. And the more I improved on my work, I improved on the products I use. I improved on a lot of things, a lot of new techniques, a lot of skills. So that added to the increase in my pricing. So as time goes on, as I gained more experience in the beauty industry, kept on building a name for myself, building my brand, you know, making my brand a well-known brand. So over time now, I now charge based on my experience, my popularity, my crafts, and everything you experience with So Red Beauty. The signature called So Red Beauty, it's different. That's what I'm charging for. So you don't have to charge what other artists are charging. You have to charge based on your craft. And you can also place your prices based on the environment you live in. You cannot live in Ibadan and charge like somebody who lives in Lagos. You might not get the clients that you're looking for. So sometimes the environment matters a lot, but you can stand out. I live in Dallas now. I charge differently. I've seen the prices of other makeup artists, but I always say to my clients, my craft is different. I'm charging you based on my experience, based on my craft, based on my products. And so if another makeup artist is charging you $300 for a bridal glam, I decide to charge you $500 for a bridal glam. I am charging my worth because that's my experience.
I'm this because I think people are mixing up two different things. Soft glam is a look, like a makeup style. Bridal glam is a service level. So even if the look is going to be soft, as long as I know that it's going to be for a wedding day, it's not going to be the same. I'm going to change the way I prep my skin. I'm going to change the way I layer my product, because wedding day makeup has to survive heat, it has to survive tears, it has to survive emotions, it has to survive even photos, because the bride is going to get her photos from 6 a.m. up until maybe 10 p.m. So it has to survive 12 hours of dancing, of humidity and everything. So for you to come at me and say I should have just done what you paid for is setting me as a brand for disaster, and here also, because when the makeup falls, when the makeup cracks, you people who are saying I should have just done what she booked for are the very same people who are going to take screenshots and post and say when I will makeup yakaitwa. So for me to protect my responsibility as a professional makeup artist, and here the pictures that she's going to look at 10 years from now, I have to do what's right for both of us.
So now, having listened to all of those different views and different interesting and intelligent points on why they price, now I'm going to share with you my own pricing calculator and how you can use this for your business. So grab a pen and paper and let's start. Now here's the formula. Bridal rate equals hourly rate plus time blocked plus trial plus travel plus product cost plus responsibility fee plus profit margin. That would equal your bridal rate. So let's say your hourly rate is $20. If a block of time, that's $40 plus trial, what you normally charge for a trial, which is a semi-full glam. So you could say that's $100 plus travel. So you could calculate the distance and the cost for traveling. So let's say that's $100 as well, plus product cost plus responsibility. So your product cost, you calculate every product you're going to use on the bride, and then you take off the percentage it would cost for each person. So you calculate the product cost. So let's say for all the products you use, and when you add everything together, each person would have to pay $50. You add that plus responsibility fee, which is the fee that means you can't basically F this up as a makeup artist. So you add that fee, which is going to be like, say, $80, and your profit margin, which would say for every job you do, you want to make $100 profit. You add all of this together, and that should give you your bridal rate. So if you calculate this properly and you add it all together and it's less than $400, then something is probably wrong with your math or your experience, and then you need to upgrade your skill and you need to get up to the point where you're an actual bridal makeup artist. If you are a bridal makeup artist, you should update your branding, communicate clearly, have steps before the bridal service entirely. You can start months before, weeks before, the trials, the prep, everything should show premium service. That way nobody would ever question your price, because at the end of the day, people pay for premium service. People pay for luxury when they book a bridal makeup artist. They're paying for luxury, they're paying for a once in a lifetime experience, and you should be able to give them that. If you can't give them that, then you're not a bridal makeup artist, and that's completely fine. Like I said earlier on in the video, you can offer a walk-in bridal service. There are lots of people who would take this service, who will jump at this service. So you can offer this to your brides. They'll be happy to take the service, and who knows, you probably start something which a lot of people would start to copy. I don't think many makeup artists actually do that. So you should consider doing that, a walk-in service for brides. That's actually. So if this helped you, drop a comment telling me what parts hit you the most, what part really resonated with you as a makeup artist or a bride-to-be who's looking into booking a makeup artist. And a big shout out to every makeup artist who sent in their own point of view, their own ideas, their own suggestion. I really appreciate that. If you want help with your beauty business, then join the Beautypreneur Hub community. We share so many gems, and I really hope that you join us so you could get so many things to help your business grow. Don't forget to subscribe and watch out for our next video. I'll see you in my next video.